Shut up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that I actually understood that. Greetings, fellow expeditioners, Akuago here, and we're back with another Shenanigans for Transformers Devastation. I asked, you guys answered, and we will be continuing this through to the end. Each Shenanigans part will be a different episode. The only exception is this one because the episode 1 is a large 2-parter. So now we're heading on to the second part. Once again, I have brought back Nightblader and JC.
Heyo.
Oh, hi.
As they journey through me to try and get into whatever base Megatron just waltzed into by deactivating terminals. So as you can see, we are in the Ark, with all the Autobots, all 5 of them. Yeah, I know, there's only so many playable characters you can put in, but it's kind of a shame that they didn't put in any well-known others like Prowl, Ironhide, etc., etc.
Where the fuck's Ratchet?
Ratchet too. At least on the plus side, they actually did put in DLC to play as, well, somewhat other characters. For Optimus Prime, you got Nemesis Prime, complete with Decepticon logo.
That's ironic.
Bumblebee is now Goldfire, or Goldbug. He's gone through like 4 or 5 different names in this form. But this one came in at like the last few episodes of Season 3 of Transformers G1. And at that point, he was called Goldbug by a recently revived Optimus Prime.
I'm not paranoid. They really are out to get us.
And here we have Red Alert. I mainly grew up with Armada, so I knew Red Alert more so than I knew Ratchet. Only because they used Red Alert's name throughout most of Armada, Energon, and so on. But Ratchet's cool too. But for this one, for this episode, half anyway, we're going to be playing as the Technician Wheeljack. I'll show off a few aspects of the Ark during each episode. Until then, let's get to it.
Woo!
Adding another Autobot would mean, coming up with movesets and all that, so, they can only do so much.
They all more or less play the same with the exception of Optimus and Grimlock.
It's also coming up with models, animations, putting in a story.
Not that I'm complaining. Strange. They don't seem to notice us. There's something different about these Insecticons.
I doubt Activision was willing to give Platinum bottomless cash.
Fair enough.
What?
Aku died in like the first few fucking seconds!
I don't know whether these guys are actually supposed to be fought. Because I know I didn't change the difficulty in the middle of all this. Probably not supposed to deal with them right now.
Yeah, I think you're just supposed to ignore them.
Fair enough.
Oof.
That's a lot of fucking damage.
Or you're not supposed to touch it.
That's a lot of damage! Oh,
That's a
hello.
lot of damage!
And here we have the first 2 of the 6 Constructicons. Scrapper the leader, and Hook the self-righteous artist.
I just see a couple asses that need to be kicked.
Meh.
Okay, I guess the difficulty to get you changed a bit. I'll change it after this fight, if I survive.
Got a lot of fucking health.
Come on.
Ooh!
Give me one moment. Okay, so we are back, and turns out I was not playing on Warrior difficulty, which is normal. I was playing on Magnus difficulty, which was very hard. I don't know how. It just changed. Suffice to say,
The game intentionally wanted to fuck you over.
That's one way of putting it. In any case, I had to replay level 1 through warrior difficulty since the checkpoint wouldn't let me go further back. But now we are prepared.
And fighting those two on the hardest difficulty, believe it or not, was actually really hard.
Right. I should have figured this from the moment I saw the Insecticons were very hard to kill. But we fix it now. Now we can proceed. So I've already introduced these two. What's interesting is that the Constructicons do indeed have personalities of their own that they seldom actually show too much in the cartoon. Mainly when it came to the attributes of Scrapper, who is basically one person defined as loser with a lot of self-esteem issues. Bonecrusher believed in survival of the fittest, Longhaul was just a complainer, Hook is a perfectionist, Scrapper is a modest leader, Mixmaster is a psychotic alchemist. But instead of trying to make metal, he just makes acid. And acid, and acid, and acid. We'll get to the other four when we get there. But somewhat speaking about Scrapper, I remember...
So, Mixmaster makes acid. Are we talking the corrosive kind or the drug kind?
Corrosive! I don't think Cybertronians can even get high, even if they try.
Hey.
What about that one time they got the Energon, just got drunk off it?
Well, there's a difference between getting drunk and getting high. So
well,
unless it's like some kind of fumes from the Sea of Rust that they could snort in order to get that kind of high, I doubt it.
Just like, yes, this is a special kind of Energon. Man, I feel good.
Shame some Decepticons, like Soundwave, would never experience the pleasure because they have a faceplate. But well,
Nah.
the time of the comics where he took off the "that doesn't count." No, seriously, there was a time in the comics where he took off his faceplate, and it's just like, but why though? I didn't want to see Soundwave with it. I thought that was just his head. You're telling me that was armor? You're telling me he can remove that at any time? No. What, his voice modulator's inside that helmet now?
Absolutely not! It's just too much information!
Okay, so I guess I can choose either or in regards to which way to go for the other two generators, so let's go down this way, I suppose.
Cybertronian parkour.
I guess we head down this way. Yeah, okay. I thought for a second it was somewhere that I've already been. I didn't want to realize I was going in a bloody circle.
What the fuck?
Hello there. Let's just clear this up.
That's a lot of fucking laser!
Someone's been busy. Yeah, I know, I could run over there, but screw it. Let's just get through here. Alright, down this path. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. One side, everyone.
Already spent enough time in this chapter.
Alright, down this way.
I love that off screen.
God damn it. There we go. There's the second one.
Ooh!
What the? Oh, hi, Scavenger. How are those self-help classes treating you? Probably not good. It's actually pretty cool that they chose these two to pair up with each other because they act as the arms of Devastator.
Yeah.
Although for Scrapper and Hook,
Scrapper's the chest, right?
No, Scrapper is one of the legs,
Oh. Well,
and Hook
wait.
is the upper torso.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I know. This is look. The Constructicons were the very first of the combiners to ever appear in Transformers media. So before they went with the generic formula of a team of 5 with one being big and being the leader, and the other four serving as the arms and legs, thus making them small, the Constructicons were their own unique take. Scrapper and Mixmaster were the legs, Longhole and Hook were the torso, and Bonecrusher and Scavenger were the arms. Longhaul being the complainer, he was pretty much most of the torso, so you could say, yeah, he was the crotch. Some say crotch, some people like me say lower torso, because he's usually, especially in the IDW comics, he's commonly depicted as the bigger guy out of everyone. Meanwhile, Hook, yeah, he's like the top part. Not to sell, so if anyone's seen selling the Combiner Wars Devastator San Diego Comic-Con edition for cheap. Doubt it, but fingers crossed. I actually did come across it at New York Comic-Con when I went last month. And it was actually for just $400. I mean, that's the usual price, but I mean, I'm surprised they actually had the modesty to keep it at the regular price as opposed to hiking it up for con's sake, like what they do with Amiibos.
Yeah. Oh god. More
fine.
lasers.
It's fine. This one is a lot less elaborate than what we were dealing with last time.
I thought we're on normal difficulty. It's not going to take half our health.
Exactly. So yeah, in regards to New York Comic Con, there I also saw some Funko Pops being sold. I know I took a picture of one of them that was like $400 or $500. It's just like, really? This little thing is like $400? I don't care how rare it is, it's still just a tiny little figure with a big head. I could take that $400 or $500, then go get the San Diego Comic-Con Devastator that someone's selling for cheap. At least I could play with them.
Big head.
Oh, hi, Mixmaster. Yeah, you see about the acid? Even robots can corrode. Right now, he's mixing some H2SO4 with the HCl.
Nerd!
Okay, now for the complainer. Mr. Remove, always remove. I didn't join this outfit to become a dump truck. Come here, you. You were kind of a pain in the ass to port to Gary's mod, only because of your physics. Had to make big giant boxes for your legs. Had to hold back my suspension of disbelief in regards to your body parts just bending despite it all being metal. I can understand if there were like multiple parts that were moving about to make it look like you had joints that were moving, like the Fall of Cybertron or War for Cybertron models, because they're a lot more detailed. But because these are Gen 1 models, yeah, they just bend. Like, bendy! Anyway, you can even see it a bit with the Wheeljack here. Alright, enough of that. Oh, right, terminal. What we actually came here for.
Sub-generators disabled. The primary generator is now vulnerable.
Time for the main event.
Probably be less bendy if they were built like character models were back on the N64 and PS1 games, where they were just individual models stitched together onto a skeleton.
Yeah, that's right, with like Super Mario 64 and whatnot. Come on, you.
Some developers did take advantage of that, like that Star Wars Episode 1 game. Like, you know, that part where, as Obi-Wan, you can just fall onto a giant fan and he just splits into pieces.
I'll take your word for it. In regards to Star Wars games on the N64, the only one that I played was Shadows of the Empire.
This was on PS1 and I think also PC.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, I just saw videos of it, and you know, they just fall in that. The common joke is falling out of that giant fan. She's like, "Whoa, what? I didn't sign up for this."
I didn't sign up for this shit. Is there anything up here I can check out?
But there's no blood, so it's perfectly fine for the kids to play.
Of course.
can tear him into a million pieces, but as long as there's no blood.
Yeah, I mean, just like the Samurai Jack, you can have them being lopped off several times for God knows how long. But you know, they're just robots, just nuts and bolts in oil.
That's racist.
Okay, just gonna get into the. Oh no, just gonna drop back onto the floor. Did I get anyone?
I think you did. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's stuff on.
nice.
I can only imagine how fucked the city's gonna be when the humans start coming back after everything's done.
I feel so
Okay,
sorry
so
for
the giant
residents
robots are gone?
What do we call it again? Carbon City?
Yeah, Carbon City. That's what we called it.
Okay, yeah, I feel sorry for the residents of Carbon City.
It's just like they just start coming back and they see that their whole city's just like fucked. I feel so fucking.
Well, they can repair the buildings, no problem. What the hell? What the hell are they gonna do with all this?
Yeah, no, treat it as the spoils of war, but then again, it'll just turn out like Age of Extinction, and who needs a repeat of that?
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bayformers.
Fair enough.
There are no bait formers.
Yeah, just like what's Bayformers?
Watch.
Sorry, there's no bait formers. All we know is the Bumblebee movie.
Yes. Damn straight.
Alright, let's get that, because I think we are about to...
No one gets by the Constructicons.
Here we go, bring it on. Boom, boom, boom.
All hail Legatron.
Hey, see, Scrapper is the right leg.
Yep, I see it now.
Ow.
Too easy.
Damn it. Stand still.
Deconstruction.
Nope. Come on. Okay, let's try something different.
Kick his giant metal hiney.
So yeah, what was I saying? Devastator was a pain in the ass to try and port. Only because of his multiple parts. It's like, I think that was the most I've ever done for like body groups for a character. Like thinking of every outcome, especially when it came to those who wanted to try and animate him through transformations. And now we're gone to phase 2 with his drills. They can actually get as a weapon. No, 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 no. Not happening.
Woo!
Maybe it's...
Gotta go through which time? Oh wait, wrong platinum game.
I'm sure there's some fancy Cybertronian terminology for this, but until then, robot witch time.
Robot witch time.
Well, it's the same mechanic as in Bayonetta. You know, you dodge, you get slow-mo.
And I believe that's an upgrade for Wonderful 101.
No. I know the plot. I know what a plot of Bayonetta 4 should be now.
What?
You mean 3 or?
Bayonetta, but with robots.
God damn it.
Yeah, in Metal Gear Rising, it was just a dedicated blade mode button.
And down goes the Gestalt.
As you can see,
Yeah, if anyone ever plays Metal Gear Rising, abuse blade mode to get out of combos. There you go. You learned something.
the proud star. And finally the
The technical term is blade mode cancel, but hey, we're not on that platinum game, we're on this platinum game.
mission. Instead of just
Still hoping we get some news about Bayonetta 3 sometime.
the entire planet will be transformed in mere days. You plan to
A whole terraforming, but instead of using
correct you.
regular planet, it's a robot planet.
I don't plan to do anything. I have already started. But the Earthlings will die.
Lovely.
You're
Let's go.
jerk.
Let's put Wheeljack's wrench into that plan.
Hmm?
In the next chapter, that is. Until
Ah.
then, after that smorgasbord of dealing with the asinine difficulty. No, I haven't gotten one for chapter 2 yet. let's strive for that when we get there. Until then, I'll be going through some more of these weapons in the next episode with another character. Or if you have a suggestion as to which character I should play as next, other than Wheeljack, because we just got to meet him, let us know in the comments down below. Let's try and keep switching it up for the sake of variety. It is the spice of life, after all. See you all again another time in another video.
Farewell.
Bye.